This is 6.2, basic percentage problems. There are two ways to solve percentage problems, the proportion way or the equation way. The proportion way, there's letters that we need to identify. It's A over W equals P over 100. A will always represent the part. W will always represent your whole. And P will always represent your percent. So really, if you took it without words, you would have your part over your whole equals your percent over 100. Okay. The equation method is going to pretty much be the same letters, A equals P times W. Or you could say the part equals the percent, but this time as a decimal, multiplied by the whole. So in this method, the percent would have to be converted from, say, 51% to like 0.51 before you could solve. This one, the percent, whatever it is, gets just plugged in. Foldable time. Let's practice with proportions first. There's an equation way. Convert your percent to a decimal before you start. So the rest of these, we're going to use the equation method. There's a video for proportions. If you would like to try the proportion method, that would be this method, the proportion way. There's a video for proportions that I will provide for you. The equation way is going to be used more in all of your classes, so we're going to focus on this, and if there is time, I will share with you the foldable. It is a separate video. Here we go. So these are the equation way, and the equation way would be, again, using A equals PW. So finding part of a number. So if this would be finding A. What number is represents A. 24%, there's a percent sign, there's your P. And of 50, of means W. Of whatever you see is going to be your W. Now we know that if we're doing the equation method, we have our A is what we're looking for. P is 24%. You must convert this to a decimal. You're going to do this by dividing by 100, and you would get 0.24. Your W is 50. Let's sub things into our equation. A equals PW. We always start by writing our equation. We don't know A. We do know P is 0.24 and W is 50. We multiply these two and we get our solution, A equals 12. Let's do the next one. What number is, again, we don't know is, so we don't know our A. We know 36%, so our percent is 36, and of 50 would be my W. So I have A equals question mark, P equals 36%, make sure you put that sign in there, and now I have 0.36 when I convert it. W is 50. Write your equation, A equals PW. Sub in what you need, 0.36 times 50. Multiply, and you get A equals 18. Let's try another one. Last of this type, where we're looking for A. Again, is usually your part, which is A in this situation. Percent is 75%. Of 30 is my W. I have A equals question mark, P equals 75% as a decimal, 0.75. My whole number in this case is 30. I have A equals PW. A equals my decimal, 0.75, times my whole number, 30. Multiply, and I get my answer, which is 22.5. Now that we found a part of the situation. So we always were looking for the A in this equation. Now we're going to find a percent. We're finding the percent. So when we look for things, we're going to look for what it's to dissect the wording. So it says 9.5 is what percent of 25? Is always going to be your A. Of is always going to be your W. It's asking what percent. So in this case, I have A is 9.5, P is what I don't know, and W equals 25. I'm going to write my equation, A equals PW. I'm going to substitute in 9.5 for A, leave P alone, and fill in 25. To break the P and 25 up, I'm going to divide by 25 on both sides. When I do, I get a decimal, and that's 0.38 equals P. But I must convert this to a percent. And to do that, I'm going to multiply by 100. So I move my decimal 2 times, and I get 38%. Let's try another one. I have 12 is, there's my A, what percent, we don't know, of 50. There's my W. I have A equals 12, P equals question mark, W equals 50. A equals P times W. Substitute in what you know. 12 equals P times 50. Divide by 50 on both sides. When you do, you get 0.24 equals P. Multiply by 100, and you're going to get your answer, which is 24%. Example 6. What percent of 15, there's your W, is 12? A. So A equals 12, P equals question mark, and W equals 15. I'm going to substitute in what I know to my equation. I know 12 equals P times 15. I'm going to divide by 15 on both sides. When I do, I get P equals 0.8, which means when I multiply by 100, I'm going to get 80%. Let's look at the last 3 examples for this section. It says finding a whole, so we're going to find our W. Now, when we're looking at this, we got to make sure we look at the vocabulary and how they're using it. We have 39 is, that's my part. That's A. Notice here's my percent sign again, so there's my P. Of what number? We don't know W. So I know that my A is 39, my P is 52%, as a decimal is 0.52, and W is what I'm looking for. I'm going to substitute in what I know. I know A equals P times W. I know 39 equals 0.52 times W. In this one, we divide by 0.52 on both sides. And when I do, I'm going to get 75 equals W. Example 8. 150% of what number is 24? 150%, there's my P. Of what number, there's my W, is 24. There's my A. Let's write it out. A equals 24. P equals 150%. Divide by 100, and I get 1.5 or 1.50. And W is what I don't know. I'm going to do this problem over here for more workspace. So I have A equals P times W. I have 24 equals 1.50 or 1.5 times W. Divide by 1.5 on both sides. And when I do, I get 16. Example 9. 110 is, that's my part, 20% of what number? Of means W. So I have A equals 110, P equals 20%, as a decimal is 0.2 or 20. W, I don't know. So A equals PW. 110 equals 0.2 or 20 times W. Divide by 0.2 on both sides. And I get my answer, which is 550 equals W. And that is 6.2 basic percentage problems.